extra comfortability and knowing the guys and stuff like that. And then obviously a new coaching staff is approaching things a little bit differently. So different feel this year.
For you last year, how long do you think it took you to really feel like, okay, this is home, I'm comfortable, I know all the ins and outs, and and all that stuff was kind of behind you?
Probably a couple months, just getting used to the area, getting used to going to MSG from outside the city and traffic and all that, and getting used to my teammates, line mates, stuff like that. Just takes a little bit of time.
So now, this year, does that make you feel like you're more prepared to do what you'd like to do on the ice?
Yeah, I think so. I think more prepared. I think you go through the same type of preparation in the summer. It's just the comfortability aspect of things helps.
As far as assessing your season last year, and I'm sure over the summer I don't know how much time you take to evaluate, or if you like to move on quickly, but how do you look at it?
How do I look at the season?
No, last season, like when you sum up how you feel like you played, ups, downs, do you have kind of an evaluation period for yourself where you take a look at that?
I think most of the evaluation period is just looking at what we could have done better in the playoffs. And once you get there, it's all about each round one at a time. And obviously we were disappointed with the way it ended. And I'm not really one to kind of dwell on it. The regular season for one, mostly just focus on the playoffs and trying to think about what we can do better and differently and make ourselves better from a team aspect, from a team standpoint.
That's the thing that eats at you all summer.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that matters, right? We play the game to win the Stanley Cup, and losing first round isn't fun. It was a long summer to kind of sit on that one and that stings. So it's going into this season, it's just what can we do better to try to get further.
Vince, with a new coach and all this uncertainty is the word, but what's your role going to be this year in terms of how you think he's going to use you?
I don't know. I guess you're going to have to ask him, but
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like my role is pretty similar no matter where I am played. I feel like I got to be looked at as a guy that can play 200 feet, play both ends of the ice well, be a leader. Obviously, one of the veterans on this team, so got to go out there and lead by example, help be a leader on this team, and hopefully put the puck in the net as well.
What about linemen? It seems like you've played with a bunch of different guys.
Yeah, I think Lavi's just trying to get a feel for. He wants to see everybody play with everybody, I think, and try to get a feel for who fits well with other guys. So I think he's trying everything.
You mentioned the difference in how the coaching staff is running, but it's just what have you noticed about it? What's maybe something that you've liked would change or?
I've liked. I mean, camp has been great so far. I think last year it was a little more laid back, and I think we were maybe not as prepared as we should have been going into the first little bit of the season. It's been a little bit more a tougher camp for sure. I think guys are definitely going to be in shape coming out of it, and I think we're focused on the details a little bit more this season, in this camp. So going into this season, I think we're going to be prepared. So that's one main thing you have to be coming out of camp. So.
Are you a player that responds to that kind of hard coaching, I guess, the uptick and, the pushing of the pace?
I don't think he's been hard on anybody.
No, you know what I mean, just like a more, like you said, a more
camp.
detailed practice.
Well, I think it's important. I think to have a camp whenever, you take 4 months off in the summer, you got to get back into it somehow, and the only way to really resemble hard, tough games is to play hard, tough in practice and have those scrimmages and games in preseason. So I think it's necessary.